This background is so damn gloomy. It keeps teasing us. It keeps giving us a little bit of sunlight and then just greyness. Isn't it fun? Welcome back everyone to another video. I am Nastya Shutka if you do not know me, and today's video is actually gonna be a bit of a rewind back to December of 2023. Now, I was supposed to get this video out a little bit earlier than I actually have done, but I never got round to finishing the pieces that I did in December. And in December, I actually had the opportunity to be a guest artist at the Gallerie V in Cambridge for the Cambridge Art Trail. Now, the Cambridge Art Trail runs about twice a year, and it's an event where artists get called up into galleries in Cambridge that are taking part in this event and where they do live artwork. So I was invited back to Gallerie V because I've exhibited there before, and they wanted me to do live art so that people could come chat to me, see what kind of art I was doing, and to see what previous exhibitors were part of this gallery. As you can see behind me, I have a picture of one of the pieces which had inspired this section of artwork that I was doing for this gallery. Now, this piece behind me is actually a piece that I did way back in uni. So I think it was my second or third year, and it was just me experimenting. I had some glasses cases, it was COVID, I was trying to be creative, and I was very, very obsessed with making my patterns at the time, making my own. And I took a pattern that I made with the color scheme that I had, and I made a new piece that was 3D, which was this piece behind me. Now, this was probably back in 2021 or 22, probably 21 actually. I feel like the COVID years have always messed me up. I don't remember what is what, but now this piece, I've always wanted to do more of them so that I could make a series of them, but I just never got round to doing it. As per usual with me and most of my work, once I do one thing, I never really want to revisit another idea because I'm always thinking about the next thing. But sometimes to cool myself off, I should probably just do series like these. But when I was going to the Gallerie V to do this Cambridge Art Trail, I actually had a lot of projects going on, as you probably saw during the videos that I made during that time. So I had actually not that much time, and I was already very burnt out from most of the projects that I was doing because they were such large scale. And so I needed something that I could easily take to the Gallerie V, as I don't live in Cambridge, I live in London, and I really, really didn't want to be bringing a lot of equipment during that time. So I thought to myself, well, I have these glass cases that, cases for glasses? Glasses case? I think, yeah, whatever, something like that. And I had a lot of them, and I was thinking this would be the perfect opportunity for me to finally do a series with them. So I packed up, took my gouache, I think, can someone please tell me how to pronounce that, and some Posca pens so that I could do this project at the Gallerie V. Now, before we actually get into the video to see how I made the next two installments of this series, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment, share it with your friends and family. It helps a lot, especially because I want to kind of grow this into a bigger community. Please leave one. Also put the notification bell so that you know when I've uploaded a video. I won't make this introduction very long, so I think we should probably just get started and see what I did during the Gallerie V. So as soon as I got into the gallery, I just started setting up. Now, my setup wasn't difficult because, like I said earlier, I didn't bring a lot because I wanted to keep the work to a minimum at this time, just because I genuinely had very, very large projects which were driving me insane, and I could not handle doing a massive project at this time. Like I said earlier, it had actually been a very long time since I've done this project, and I did remember that the material did cause me some problems, and I couldn't use pencil to sketch out my idea. So I did actually have to go in with a biro so that I could see what I was drawing on the leather. The other thing is that the paint I was using was gouache. So I would dilute it a bit more with water so that it was a bit more sheer so that I could actually see those biro marks. And you'll see in the video as it dries, the paint becomes thinner and you can see the lines from underneath. So this project, just like any other that I seem to start, starts in the exact same way. I find the perfect pattern that I want to use out of my collection of patterns, and then that's my deciding factor. Unlike in my stitch pieces where I start editing the colorways, I usually keep to them with this just because I do find that the colours that are already chosen complement each other very, very well. And with these ones, I wanted them to be different enough, so I made sure to pick patterns with different colorways and different shapes so that they would all look quite different. Now, usually I'm not actually a very big watercolor user or gouache user. It's just not a medium that I'm very comfortable in. I like mediums that are very bold from the get-go. I find it very difficult to build up those layers and to understand how it works. But I do find that with these glass cases, it is the perfect medium because it's sheer enough that I can see the sketch underneath, but they're also opaque enough that they can cover the whole case and have that nice matte finish. Now, I've tried to use acrylic in the past and I really do not like how acrylic is shiny. And I know that you can get matte finishes to cover that up, but why do the extra work when gouache already dries matte? And it has the qualities of watercolor but the opacity of acrylic, so it's perfect for these projects. So I actually exhibited with Gallerie V in 2023, so last year, and it was an amazing experience. It was absolutely lovely. The team were amazing, and honestly, out of all the exhibitions I've done, they were probably the most supportive team. Well, actually, I didn't even have to put up the work in this gallery. You just brought it in and they did all the work for you, but they were very, very cautious in their placement and how it looked in their gallery space. Along with the fact their gallery space is absolutely gorgeous, 4 stories, so much space, so much light, absolutely lovely. And on my night, when I had the exhibition in the summer of 2023, they had a live band as well, so the vibes were just absolutely immaculate. I will just show you some footage and some pictures from the night.
Oh, it's very nice.
There was supposed to be more of us, but it was a horrible season for sickness that time, so I happened to be the one and the only arriving at the place. Now, as I said already, the UK has horrible weather most of the time, and on this day, it decided to be very rainy and very, very wet. So of course that ruins the chances of a lot of people coming. So we had initially expected quite a few people to come, but we only actually got maybe half of that amount, which is fine. It made for more personal conversation with people who were coming in. And also I could actually concentrate on finishing my pieces so that when I came back home, I didn't have to do much more. So I'm just quickly going to talk about who Gallerie V actually are. So Gallerie V is a Cambridge-based youth gallery which opened its doors in 2021. They provide free public exhibitions in order to support, inspire and educate the local youth community, as well as to showcase artists aged 14 to 25 from all over the UK. By exhibiting budding artists free of charge in a professional environment, they hope to give a network of alumni a sense of accomplishment and pride in their artistic careers, as well as providing a platform for artists to express themselves and develop their creative potential. And with the afternoon finished, we packed up and went home. But if I show you guys, I'm quite proud of them actually. I didn't have crazy expectations. I didn't expect it to be really cute, but I'm actually really happy with how it came out. Okay, we have an issue already. The way I packed them tore off the color in 2 areas. Oh well, they're still cute, so it doesn't matter. Originally, I had done this case, and then what ended up happening was, because you know, university experimentation, showing projects and stuff, I ended up making a 3D one with clay. So again, glasses case. I think it probably would have worked better had I not glossed it. I think the shininess takes away from like the actual picture that I did. So I've started this one, and the second one, I really love this one. The eyes are perfect with the pattern, but yeah, see, sorry, my mistake. It peeled off there. But this one, so this is the other one that I did. I really love the pattern. I think a lot of the detail with this one is going to be with the black Posca, because this pattern originally is just white, black and red, but I didn't want to leave the case. Well, the case was originally green. I could have painted it white, but I just feel like white is such a, like, make it more interesting, right? They're supposed to be colourful and bright. This is everything I managed to do in about 2 hours-ish. But yeah, these are the two that I did yesterday that I need to finish, so it's just all line work now. So the first thing I did was I went in and fixed those scratches that I got during travel. I'm not really the best when it comes to colour matching, so I tried my best, and anyway, they were such small areas, so hopefully no one will ever notice them. So the final touches to these eye cases is actually to go in with a very fine Posca pen and to outline everything. Now, there is a level of overlining, so I do always worry when I do this to make sure that I don't mess it up with the line work. But I did find that with this red one in particular, the lines really made everything pop, especially because all the colours are very contrasting. The lines really help to separate and to add that extra texture that was necessary. I also later on go in with white paint to add highlights and to also just add a few bits and bobs around the case. Just where it's lacking with maybe some patterns, it just adds a little bit of extra texture. As for the purple piece, I did find it a little more difficult to get the balance between colour, outline and sort of texture. So I did find that actually just having the blue on the purple itself was not enough, so I did want to add a bit more of a different shade of purple, just so that there was more of a texture and colour difference. I did forget to put the eyebrows in actually, so I added those in as well. I didn't add too much white because this design already had white in it and I didn't want to make it too busy. But I do find that this one is probably the busiest one out of all of them, just because the lines are much more spread out and less of a shape rather than a geometric form. All the cases that I've used for these three are actually different, so I did try to draw an eye shape that would suit the shape of the case. So the red one has very doughy eyes because it's a very rounded shape. The green one is also quite rounded but a little more narrower, and then because the purple case is very narrow, I wanted the eyes to seem not judgmental but like they were very much staring into your soul, not happily but more intuitively. The last step was just to cover everything in a matte Mod Podge to seal the paint so that it doesn't crack off and to make sure that the matte finish stays. Thank you so much for watching this video and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So please, if you did, leave a like, a comment, please subscribe, hit that notification bell and share it with everyone. Thank you.